been the source of conversation for a lot of folks when Springfield High School played Cathedral High School at Lampier Park, and Springfield scored 29 runs in 1 inning. And on the phone with us is Ray Allison, who was one of the pitchers for the Cyclones that day. Ray, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
How you doing?
Real good.
Ray, do you remember that fateful day at all?
Yeah, first of all, I want to thank Jack Sandhouse for restructuring that after 40 years. That's 40 years ago that happened, back in 1954.
You thought it was forgotten about and put away?
Well, not necessarily. I've lived with it my whole life. I used to blame it on my twin brother. I had a twin brother, John. He's passed away, but I used to blame him when they said, "Did you pitch in that game?" I said, "No, that was my twin brother." So it always paid off to have a twin.
Ray, let's go back and talk about the game and tell us the guys involved and your memories of the game.
Well, it was 3-1 when I went in the game in the 7th inning, and the first ball I pitched was a ground ball to Bob Cooney, and it went right through his legs for a 2-run error. The second ball I pitched was a pop-up to the catcher, who was Tom Clark. He dropped it on home plate, and 3 runs scored. Then after that, it was downhill. But they always kid me. They said my earned run average was 270 runs a game. But about 12 or 15 years ago, I was at a KC bowling tournament in Decatur, Illinois, and one of my old teammates and good friends when I went to school was Bill Wilkins, and he was there with Tony Tunis, and a bunch of guys were bowling for a Springfield KC team. So I was bowling next to him. They happened to tell the story about they had a celebrity in the crowd, about 29 runs in 1 inning. Well, the whole 30 lanes went up for grabs, and I was an instant celebrity for the whole weekend at the KC bowling tournament. So it has haunted me for a long time.
Ray, who was the coach for the Cyclones at that time?
Finnegan.
Jack Finnegan.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I've told that story a few times. I get a few beers in me, and at a New Year's party I'll tell the story. But one of the funny things was you couldn't start inning after 10 o'clock, so the last inning started about 5 to 10. Well, the inning lasted an hour and 45 minutes. And the groundskeeper come out one time to threaten to turn the lights out. They wouldn't let him do it until we got finished with the inning. And then Bill Young was playing third base, and he come in and took the ball from me once and was going to pitch and told me to go to third base. And then Coach Finnegan come out, took the ball from him and gave it back to me. But Jack Sandhouse, I don't know if he was playing the outfield or...
No, he said he was sitting... You know, Sandhouse, he's not going to be blamed for this. He said he was sitting in the stands watching.
Yeah, well, I really... Joe Maggio is one of my best friends, and I really owe him a debt of gratitude for even telling me about this, because, you know, they were really all unearned runs. I hit one guy between the eyes and broke his glasses and broke his nose. But you know, the funny thing about it, they laugh about it, but if you go back and check the record, Springfield beat us that year 13-0, and then they beat us 25-0 in 5 innings. So, you know, they always make fun of me, but I did not pitch in the game with 25-0 in 5 innings, and no telling what the score would have went 7 innings. You know, I've been unjustly accused all these 40 years for being the cause of it. You know, every run was really unearned. I walked a few guys.
So we're not trying to get you upset.
No, I laugh about it. In fact, one night at a party, a guy wet his pants. He was laughing. It's a story.
Ray, you didn't get any support at all, did you?
Not really. Well, I walked a few guys, but the worst time was Jim Settles was bad. He was pitching, and he really, you know, Jack was kidding about a guy he tried to strike out on purpose and hit a triple off the wall. That was really about my low point of the inning. As I bounced one up and he missed it, and I threw one over his head and he missed it, and I threw one down the plate and hit it off the wall for a triple.
Ray, do you remember what your teammates or Coach Finnegan said when you finally got the third out? How was the third out made, by the way?
Struck out. All the 3 outs, I struck out guys.
Okay.
I struck out I struck out Buster Gross, who was one of my neighbors down the street. He was playing second base, and Ron Langley was the catcher, and I struck him out twice, I think, in one inning. So they batted around, gosh, I don't know, 3 or 4 times. It was an uneventful night, let's put it that way.
What was said when you went to the dugout? Did anybody talk about it?
No, most of them were more embarrassed than anything. But it's a state record because a few years ago, Manuel from Peoria, because I live up here in Pekin, and Manuel was playing Southeast or something, like got 24 runs in one inning.
Right.
And they said it was a state record. Well, then Paul O'Shea was playing, and I think he wrote a big article into the Springfield Journal-Register that said, no, that wasn't the record, that the record was, our game, which showed 29 runs. So they put that in the Springfield Journal-Register. Then my buddy Joe sent me a clipping, and I got it in my underwear drawer just for safekeeping, for prosperity.
Hey, Ray, I'll let you go. Thanks for visiting. It's a lot of fun to touch base, and somewhere along the line today, give a good wish for the Cyclone football team today.
Oh, yeah, I follow them all the time.
I know you do.